Very good day everyone. So today we will learn on how we can actually import data from files. So basically sometimes we do have a bug reporting, like for example in this case over here we do have some files, and if you notice carefully in my file, one of the file, for example on 25th November, I do actually have some files whereby I need to actually compile all these files into one Excel report. So if I have these files and my manager wants to know January report, February report, so instead of I copy and paste, how am I supposed to compile it? Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is, for first, I'm going to just cut this and put it at the back and just paste it over here. So right now, if you notice, in this CX metric file, we do have one Excel file which is 01 January 2025. So what I want to do is, I actually want to import the file to my Excel report. So every time when there is a new file or when I get an email or from the ERP system, what I need to do is, whenever I pack the file into the folder, eventually it will automate in my Excel report. So let's get started. So first thing is, if we want to import data from file, we need to click the data ribbon. As you can see over here, we have a data ribbon. So I just click on data ribbon. Once I click data, you will notice I need to click get data. Get data is not located on the right, not located at the middle. Actually, get data is located over here towards the left. So I click over here. I need to choose from file. So I click over here and I need to click from folder, because we want to import the folder. Then any files I want to put inside the folder itself. So I just click it over here. You will notice that a box will appear. So once I press folder, a box will appear. So you need to know where you save the file. So apparently I save the file in my desktop. So I go to desktop, I go to 25th November and case study 3, and I'll just select this particular folder. Don't double click, because when you double click, you will go inside the folder. What I need to do is, I just need to click this CX metric once, the particular folder. So just say when you have a vendor report, you select vendor report. You have an inventory report, you select the inventory folder. So I'm going to select this, and then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to press open. So once I press open, another box will appear. So what I need to do is, like I mentioned, another box will appear. I need to choose combine and load to. So I need to go to combine and load to. So once I press combine and load to, then you will notice another box will appear. So you need to choose the particular worksheet. So apparently another box will appear, and in this particular box I need to choose the worksheet, which is the raw data. So now this is the raw data, because my company deals with call center. We want to know the employees and so on. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to press OK. So by pressing OK, you will notice that another box will appear. So once you choose the particular worksheet and then you press OK, another box will appear. So this case, you can actually, up to you, you want to choose whether pivot chart, only create connection, table or pivot table. But this case, I want to click pivot table. So I click pivot table and I press OK. By pressing OK, you will notice what happened is, it will actually import the data and you can actually load it as a pivot table format. So what I'm going to do next is, like you see here, we have agent, we have call ID, we have so many information. So what I want to do is, I want to put the call ID over here. So noted that we have about 371 calls during the particular month. And then what I want to do is, I'll just tick the date over here. So by ticking the date, we can know that, okay, apparently in 1st January got 8 calls and so on. So what I want to do is, instead of grouping by date, I'm going to press here right click. I'm going to press here group. So I can actually group it, and instead of grouping it by minutes, by hours, by days, I want to group it by months. So when I group it by months, I press OK. So apparently we'll notice that in January, we have about 371 calls. So now what I'll do is, I go back to my folder, because in this particular folder, which we import just now, when I select this particular folder, this is the folder where we import, and apparently in this folder we have one file which is 01 January 2025. So what I need to do is, I will select the February file and I'll just put it inside over here. So by putting inside over here, my next thing what I'll do is, I'll just press here right click and I press refresh. So when I press refresh, automatically you will notice we have January we have February. And what if just say I want to show to my manager additional analysis, like for example I want to know the difference from percentage different from running total and so on. So what I'll do is I'll just click the call ID, I'll put it over here, and we have two call ID. So I'm going to press here right click and I go to show value as, and I go to difference from, because I want to know like what's the month on month comparison. So click difference from, and difference from what? Difference from previous, and press OK. So in this case we notice that in January we have about 371 calls, in February we have 351 calls, so there is a reduction of 20. And if they say your manager wants to know in the form of percentage, so we can put the call ID again, put it over here, and my manager wants to know the percentage difference from. So right click, show value as. Just now I choose difference from. Now I'll click percentage difference from. I click it over here. You will notice a box will appear, and then over here I just click previous and I press OK. So right now we notice there's a decrease by 20 and decrease by 5%, or approximately about 6%. Then I also can calculate the total. So I put the call ID again over here, and then what I will do next is I'll just press here right click and I will go to show value as and running total. So apparently this box will appear and I press OK, and as you can see over here 371 plus with 351 you get 722. So now when I go back to my folder, I put the March, I drag it and I put it in this folder over here. So now if you notice this folder we have January, February and March. So now when I go back, and then when I go back to my file over here, and when I press right click and I press refresh, you will notice right now we do have for March, we notice there is an increase by 7%, and accumulated is 1094. So that's the beauty of pivot table and Power Query, because Power Query do the compilation and pivot table does the analysis. But what if just say I want to make it more beautiful, I want to make it more in-depth? So what I'll do is I'll just highlight this and I'll go to home and I click conditional formatting. So you can actually use conditional formatting as a tool to enhance your data analysis. So I can just choose icon sets over here, and you can choose anything you want. You want to choose this or you want to choose this, it's up to you. So maybe I'll just choose this thing, arrow over here, and maybe I want to customize the format. So conditional formatting, go to manage rule, and then I click edit rule. So apparently what happens is they are following by the percentage. So I don't want that. Basically this one to show increase more than 0, this one is to show constant remain 0, this is to show reduction. So what I'll do is I'll show you number. So number means I don't want greater and equal to, I just want greater than. And this thing over here I also want number, but what happen is whatever it is equivalent to 0, it will be yellow color. Whatever more than 0, it will be green color. Less than 0 or negative will be red color. So I'm going to press OK and OK. So based on this pivot table, so OK, and there you go. So this one also I want to do the same thing. I want to do the coloring. So I go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, greater than. So whenever it's greater than 0, so I put here greater than 0, I put here green color, green fill with dark green text, because you can choose over here green fill with dark green text, and I press open. So you will notice that green color means it is increased more than 0. You can do the same thing as well, whereby if it's less than, so less than 0, and it remains red color. But what if just say it's constant? Constant means what you can do, you can go here again one more time, highlight cell rules, and you put equal to 0, you put it yellow color. So yellow color, and you press OK, and there you go. So right now what you notice is you have this monthly calls, the trending, the percentage trending, and also the cumulative. Then you can do next is you can do further analysis. So over here we notice that we have a lot of particular columns. So maybe if I put the shift timing and I put at the column section above the values, so we'll notice that we have afternoon calls, morning calls, and eventually the calls at the night. But you see here the cosmetic thing is if you notice carefully, afternoon, morning, and then after that is night. Again I repeat, we have afternoon, morning, and then night. When you talk about day, our day always begins with morning, then we have afternoon, and then we have night. So in this case, I want to actually put afternoon in the middle, but apparently pivot table always arrange data in an alphabetical order. So if you see you want to put afternoon in the middle, you just press right click, and then what you do is you just go to move and move afternoon down. So when you move afternoon down, you will notice right now the morning will come first, afternoon will come second, and the next thing is night. And then you need to actually change the wording, because I don't want to use count of call ID. I'll put here monthly calls, and over here what I want to do is I want to put month on month trending. Here also the same thing, month on month trending, but is in the form of percentage. And then over here also I want to show accumulated calls. Accumulated calls. So it's not just we have monthly calls, we also have accumulated calls. And then after that, I just want to auto feed it. So now we have this data. And if they say you want to put your morning at the middle or merge and center, so you can press here right click. You can go to pivot table options, and a box will appear, merge and center cell. Click it like this, press OK, and just like that you have this data. But what if just say you don't want this coloring? So you can go to design and you can choose any coloring you or your manager prefer. So this is the coloring I chose. So we do have this data. So I want to freeze pane, and yeah, so we have morning, we have afternoon, and we have night. So now the interesting part is you can actually put all the files. So for example over here, now we have morning data. So what I'll do is I will select April, May, and until August, and then I put it over here. So right now we have all the files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press here right click, and I'm going to press here refresh. And by pressing refresh, so you will notice that this data will appear. Of course, you can actually increase your conditional formatting. So for example, you can go to your home, and then you can click on conditional formatting, and then you can click on manage rule. So you can actually click on this over here. So whatever you have, like you can see, you can click this, you can click edit, and of course it shows all cells month on month trending. So I click here, I press OK, and when I press OK, so now you notice the data will appear. You can do the same thing as well. So I'm going to go to conditional formatting, I click on manage rule. So here we have all this data. So I'm going to click here edit. So this one is for all cells month on month trending. So I'm going to press OK, and the same thing for here, edit all the cells, press OK, and this one also the same thing, edit, and all the cells month on month trending. So I press OK, and then I press OK. So you will notice right now you will have the data. Okay, you will have the data. And of course, if you just say you don't want the grand total, what you can do is you can actually remove the grand total. So over here we can go to design, and we can actually go to grand total, and we can actually off the row and columns. So just like that we can off, and yeah, we do have the data. So we have the data. So here you can see this is what the data is. So whenever it's increased, it shows green color. And if just say you want to put the new data, so September and October, put it inside over here. And now when you right click and you refresh, you will notice your data will be automatically updated.